society, whether in the form of homelessness or a debilitating illness. Our government will extend the homelessness partnering strategy and help more Canadians find affordable housing. It will take creative measures to tackle major heart, lung, and neurological diseases and to build on the work of the Mental Health Commission.
In times of uncertainty, as in times of prosperity, Canadians need to be assured that they are safe in their homes and communities. Canadians look to governments to ensure that the justice system is working effectively and that Canadians are safe. Our government will take tough action against crime and work with partners to improve the administration of justice. Serious offenses will be met with serious penalties. Legal provisions will be strengthened in key areas, such as youth crime, organized crime, and gang violence. Gun laws will be focused on ending smuggling and stronger penalties for gun crimes, not at criminalizing law-abiding firearms owners. More broadly, Canada's criminal justice system will be made more efficient. Citizens need to know that justice is served and that it is served swiftly. Safety and security also means that Canadians must be assured that the food on their dinner table, the toys they buy their children, and the medicines on which they rely are safe. Our government will follow through with legislation providing better oversight of food, drug, and consumer products. It will strengthen the power to recall products and increase penalties for violators. It will also move quickly to launch an independent investigation of this summer's hysteria outbreak and act quickly upon its findings. National security is the most fundamental duty of any national government to its citizens. Our government will table a national security statement to explain how we intend to balance the new threats and challenges to national security that we face with the need for oversight, accountability, and protection of civil liberties.
Our national security depends on global security. Our government believes that Canada's aspirations for a better and more secure world must be matched by vigorous and concrete actions on the world stage. Security ultimately depends upon a respect for freedom, democracy, human rights, and the rule of law. Where these values are imperiled, the safety and prosperity of all nations are imperiled. Canada must have the capacity and willingness to stand for what is right and to contribute to a better and safer world. Our government is transforming Canada's engagement in Afghanistan to focus on reconstruction and development, and to prepare for the end of our military mission there in 2011. The hard work and heroic sacrifices of Canada's men and women in the field, military, diplomatic, and development, will leave the people of Afghanistan the lasting legacy of a more secure, more peaceful, and better governed country.
Our government will also continue to rebuild and arm the Canadian forces with the best possible equipment. We will renew all of our major air, sea, and surface fleets over the next 2 decades, creating new, high-technology jobs in Canada in the process. Canada's international assistance will continue to increase and will be spent more effectively in the promotion of development goals. A new non-partisan democracy promotion agency will also be established to support the peaceful transition to democracy in repressive countries and help emerging democracies build strong institutions. Canada's institutions are the cornerstone of our democracy, our freedom, and our prosperity. Parliament is Canada's most important national institution. It is the only forum in which all Canadians, through their elected representatives, have a voice in the governance of the nation. Parliament should be an expression of our highest ideals and deepest values, our greatest hopes and grandest dreams for the future of our children. Our government believes these ideals can only be achieved if Parliament truly reflects the character and aspirations of the Canadian people. Our government will introduce legislation to move toward representation by population in the House of Commons for Ontario, British Columbia, and Alberta. Legislation will also be introduced to allow for nominees to the Senate to be selected by voters, to serve fixed terms of no longer than 8 years, and for the Senate to be covered by the same ethics regime as the House of Commons. La fonction publique du Canada est une autre institution.
The Public Service of Canada is a key national institution. Public servants inspect our food and police our borders. They deliver programs and services to millions of Canadians in every region of this country, from our largest cities to the most remote Arctic communities. Drawing on the recommendations of the Prime Minister's Advisory Committee on the Public Service, our government is committed to the continued renewal of the public service. Our government will also take steps to strengthen the Canadian Confederation. It will respect the jurisdiction of the provinces and territories and will enshrine its principles of federalism in a charter of open federalism. The federal spending power will be constrained so that any new shared cost program in an area of exclusive provincial responsibility will require the consent of the majority of the provinces to proceed, and that non-participating provinces can opt out with compensation, provided that they implement compatible programs or initiatives.
Les Canadiens et les Canadiennes ont renouvelé leur confiance dans notre gouvernement et dans leurs représentants élus.
Canadians have renewed their confidence in our government. They have placed their trust in their representatives.
Canada's continued success at this time of global economic instability. All its energy will be directed to addressing the challenges Canadian families, businesses, and workers face, both today and in the future. It will continue to establish effective policies that give a competitive advantage to this country. It will strengthen the institutions that keep Canadians safe, secure, and prosperous. And it will work in partnership with its allies, with the provinces and territories, with industry, and with the millions of Canadian families to keep Canada, the true North, strong and free. Canadians have faced times of uncertainty and renewal before, and have always emerged a stronger and more united people. Gathered here in this chamber, we remember the men and women who went before us and the legacy of freedom and prosperity that they have bequeathed to us. It is now our duty to protect and enhance this legacy for those who will follow us. Honorable members of the Senate and Commons, yours is a most important task. May divine providence guide you in your deliberations.